everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw. And we just saw... Now we can't do the review, I can't snap. I really can't snap for shit. We just saw The Addams Family, 2019 animation movie. Yay. So this is going to be our no spoiler review. We're going to take a few minutes to give you our overall thoughts and opinions without any spoilers. And of course, we will also make a spoiler video that'll be out, later today or tomorrow, something like that. So let's keep this spoiler free. Be aware of the comments, because sometimes people just get excited and spoil things, and not even intentionally. Although I don't know there's really a lot to spoil in this. But also I like to say that we don't consider ourselves movie critics. We're just people that love movies and love to talk about them, this one especially. And if you love our movie talks, you can get more movie reviews, a bunch of stuff I don't even talk about here, by checking out my Patreon. Look up TheEricButts, or there's a link in the description below. I've been doing at least a couple movie reviews a week I'm starting to do. Some of it's free, some of it you gotta get behind the paywall, but it's like $1. Okay, that said, Addams Family 2019. I guess we'll start with a little bit of what our history is so they know where we're coming from.
Okay.
So, what's your familiarity with Addams Family?
I remember watching syndication growing up.
The original series?
Yeah, the original
me too.
series.
I was a big fan.
I
liked
think
them.
Was there a 90s cartoon?
Now that you mention it, I think there was.
I'm pretty sure I watched that.
And I feel like it was drawn in that Beetlejuice cartoon style. Or maybe it's just because that's what the movie kind of suddenly just reminded me of. Yeah, you might be right about that. You can let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And
then there's the movies.
Yeah, the 90s movies, Raul Julia.
Yeah. Gomez Addams really should have been his last role.
Yeah, not Street Fighter 2. But yeah, big fans of and as a matter of fact, Addams Family Values, the second movie, just hit Blu-ray for the first time like about a week ago or something.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I thought that was kind of strange too. I was like, oh, that was never on Blu-ray?
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so we're both kind of in the same page there. Did you also watch The Munsters?
Yeah.
Just curious, who was your preference?
I think I may have liked the Munsters a little bit more.
I figured, because I like the Addams Family a little bit more.
That's not that I had anything against the Addams Family.
Nope,
it's just that
same here.
I think the Munsters were just a little more cartoony.
That's fair. Yeah, they were. I think that's true. And I like the slightly darker tones of the Addams Family. Plus, of course, I've been a softie and a romantic my whole life, as you know. I'm very much a Gomez to your Morticia a lot of the times, for better or worse.
There's a lot of times where I was saying, Morticia, I feel you, girl.
Yeah, it's like she has her versions of speaking French that just get me kissing all over her arms, and and of course,
and Morticia has the look.
Yeah. Oh my God, why are we not gourmet? Gourmets. Chef Gomez. All right, so anyways, that's our history. Look, I'm derailing. I'm still in your power. So that's our history with Addams Family. Really dig it, especially the MC Hammer song.
Yeah, actually, they do what they want to do, say what they want to say, live how they want to live, play how they want to play, dance how they want to dance, kick in this. The Addams Family.
So close, but damn, I got to give you all the points for that. Bro fist it. Yeah. It's the only That was almost a joke.
Yeah, I think it was high stick. Yeah, I remember.
Mine. I'm lucky.
Okay, really random bit of trivia.
Yeah, we'll get to the movie eventually.
Album, the MC Hammer album on tape, because it was not on the CD version to get that song.
I seem to recall that. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that was always
Addams
weird.
Family Groove. There we go.
I love you. Oh, I mean. All right, so the movie. I guess part of the reason also we were fine with rambling just now is because there's not a lot to talk about this movie. This movie's kind of meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I really don't care for the art style.
And that's where we differ.
And everybody's saying it's like, well, it's back to the original cartoons. Well, guess what? I don't really like the art style of the original cartoons either.
A lot of people are saying that too, but that's one place I think we differ, is because I do actually like the design styles. It's not my favorite, but I like it.
I like the concepts. The family where it's like, everything is the reverse of what it should be, kind of.
I don't know that I follow. Well,
it's just that instead of everything being bright and happy, it's dark and morbid, but you still end up in the same place, basically.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, never mind. Don't think about it too hard.
I think you've broken my brain again.
Or I'm just not explaining it well. That's always a possibility.
Yeah. And I'm just waiting to talk anyway, so... But no,
but the thing is, going the whole idea is just like the bouquet of roses. everybody likes the flowers on the roses.
She likes
So what do? They take off the flowers and just go with the thorns.
No, I get that, but I think where I'm confused is what does it have to do with the design style of the movie?
I mean, I like the concept of the comic itself.
Oh, okay. That's now I follow.
You missed that part.
Me? Not hear all the words? No.
It's just like they say.
Too distracted by your beauty, slowly killing me inside in the best of deaths.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What would I say? It's not to say I don't hate the comics. I just don't like the art style.
That's fair, and that's always a bigger deal for you too than it is for me. So, but even beyond that, the most important thing: what do you want out of an Addams Family movie? You want to laugh, you want some creepy, some kooky, some altogether spooky.
Basically.
You want some good characterizations, things like that. Well, I think they did pretty good with the characterizations. I liked the feels of the characters. The cast in this thing, I didn't realize how spectacular the cast is. From Oscar Isaacs as Gomez and
I didn't realize that was Oscar Isaacs.
And Charlize, and his Gomez was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Charlize Theron as Morticia. Chloë Moretz Grace, I always get her name wrong. Hit Girl was Wednesday. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things and every other throwback movie right now was Pugsley. But the best casting is gotta be, and this isn't a spoiler, it's just casting. Is it a spoiler? No, he's
Are we talking about Cousin It?
Well, that's the part I would have been. Yeah.
Yeah, saying who's the voice, I think is more of a spoiler.
Okay, is it? Because okay, we'll save that for the spoilers. Anyways, if you know what we're talking about, that was really cool, and I like that it was really that person. In some ways,
I didn't really hear it.
I did. It's definitely We'll talk about that in spoilers though. So you get that, and the designs may or may not be your thing, but the problem is, the comedy is just not really great, and it's not really creepy or kooky. We've seen this before. There's nothing really unique to the story. You know where it's gonna go the second anything happens.
Yeah.
You know, everybody is kind of a cliche. Obviously the Addams Family are being the Addams Family, but all the other characters are like kind of stereotypical cliches. So that really was a bother. And like we had a lot of kids in the theater too, so it's not like it's just this was meant for kids and they find it funny, because they weren't really laughing either.
Although like I said, I think there's a fair amount of jokes that just kind of went over their heads.
Yeah, we were having a disagreement with this though, because I think there was really there's a few jokes in there that are obviously for the adults, and I'm not even going to tell you what, so this is not a spoiler, but there's one reference where they flat out do a line out of Watchmen, and of course we think it's pretty great, but I'm like, there's no way kids were going to get that reference. I mean, maybe the one random weird kid that was like me as a kid who watches those movies, but at a young age, not Watchmen, but in general. But yeah, and they got really kind of restless towards the end, and I mean, because I think there was a lot of little like chuckles through the movie, like kind of that kind of stuff. But even that was like, you're kind of trying to enjoy it. But there were really only three.
Liked how they used the lurch.
Well,
But we'll do that in spoilers.
Well, and also, and I was almost finishing that thought too, because you were changing subject there. But they were like, I think I remember like three kind of. I use the term big laughs loosely because that's usually when like the whole audience laughs, but even those were kind of short, and they weren't huge guffaws. So that was my biggest disappointment. And it's like if you saw my trailer reactions, I was excited about the first trailer, and then the second trailer showed more of the story and the comedy, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Lessen my excitement. Yeah, unfortunately, it goes that route. So, yeah, I mean, maybe with a bunch of alcohol. But did you have anything non-spoiler you can say about Lurch? Because I agree. I think he's one of the best used characters with what they did with him. They did something with Thing that bugs me that I'll talk about in spoilers.
Yeah, it's just, I finally got used to the art style. I was like, I still don't like it. And I got used to it. It's like, I had to say, okay, this is what it's going to be. But it's like, it's just like, I think this would make for great, this actually might make for a good DMN movie, just because then we could just sit there and tear it apart.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's that kind of bad. It's more just kind of dull bad. It's not like we're trying something that's ridiculous dumb, or, like these jokes are flat out failing. It's like so middle of the road. It's almost like they played it too safe or something. They didn't really take, like there's there's almost like a little bit of a punk rock outlier kind of vibe about the Addams Family, and they didn't really push much of any of that. Maybe a little bit with some of the Wednesday stuff, but even that probably could have gone a little more hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for them to like be gruesome violence or anything like that. That's not the Addams Family, but I mean, I don't know, just something like we never really got much of a sense of that creepy factor really for them.
Yeah, and there's one thing that was an interesting take, or not take, but a direction basically, but I think it might be more of a spoiler.
I'm sure it is. If you, I can,
Actually,
I don't know
I'm not
exactly
sure if
what
you're
you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but I can tell from how you're setting it up. What you want to talk about would be a spoiler, so don't say anything specific.
Well, it's a joke. It's really apropos to nothing.
Let's just save it for spoilers.
Okay.
But I mean, that's because we're pretty much done here. I mean,
Okay. All
it's
right.
meh.
We'll do it in spoilers.
Yeah. So it's like, so I mean, I'm kind of like right in the middle on this. Not that I try to give ratings, but I don't necessarily recommend theater for this. We didn't see it in 3D, but it looks like maybe the 3D would be pretty good. But it was a much later screening for that, and it's like, we got stuff to do. So yeah, and I mean, again, if you're looking for something cool for your kids, I don't even know that they're really going to enjoy it that much, because most of the kids they seem pretty bored,
Yeah.
And and so are we, because we were trying to drift a little bit too at times. But that's our thoughts. Yeah. That's our no spoiler thoughts on the Addams Family, and we're gonna go do that spoiler video for you. But click that thumbs up button, give us that thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. Check out my Patreon or the Stardust app. We already did our Stardust thing. It was cute.
Yeah.
You rang. The Eric Butts are linked in the description below. Now we're gonna get out of here so we can go watch some more stuff, and we'll see you all later.